Hey moms, welcome back to Momestly. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my gallbladder surgery. So I did a short clip of a video the night before, and then I did the next day. Yeah. So I did one before the day of, but post-surgery, and then the day after, I believe. So gonna show those, and then I'm gonna come back and talk about the overall experience, what it has entailed, and how it has affected me as a mom. I was supposed to do a video tonight about how I was feeling about surgery, and I forgot because I have a really bad headache and I can't take aspirin before surgery. So in less than 12 hours, I'll have my gallbladder removed. I've only had one other surgery done in my life, so I'm not really nervous yet. I think I'm just kind of tired and my head hurts, obviously. Yeah, so I've been having stomach episodes for like 8 months, and they're pretty brutal, and I'm tired of them. And yeah, so basically they found gallstones and sludge in my gallbladder and decided that it made more sense to remove it than to continue to try to manage the episodes, because it could turn into something really bad later. My surgery is at 9. Well, I have to be there at 9:15, and then surgery's supposed to be at like 9:15. I mean, 10:15, and then it's only supposed to be like 45 minutes. But I have to have somebody take me and pick me up, and then I have like some restrictions for a few days after. And everyone's kind of like, I've had some people tell me to take it like super serious and be really careful. And I've had other, the surgeons like, I don't know, basically that like, no, it's easy, it's not a big deal, and you're young, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, so I can't lift over 20 pounds, but I did tell him that I am my son's primary caregiver several days out of the week. So he told me just to be really careful. But yeah, the stairs were fine. I can walk fine. I'll be able to, after the next day, so not tomorrow, but the day after, I'll be able to have like solid foods, and I'll be on some pain meds. Thank God. I have like no tolerance for pain. And yeah, so I'm a little worried about how Oliver's going to be about me. He's going to know that something's wrong, so my mother-in-law is going to have him a majority of tomorrow, but I'm just like, I don't know, like I'm worried about how he's going to be. I don't want to upset him, but I can't play with him like I normally do, and I can't pick him up and hold him like I normally do, so I'm worried about that part. Otherwise, I'm not really nervous yet. I probably will be tomorrow, but I'm not right now. Right now, I'm just tired, and like I said, I have a headache. But yeah, so I will record more maybe tomorrow night. I'm not going to do like a bunch of check-ins because I need to be focused on like me and getting better. So, yeah, I'm going to probably just record like more detailed stuff after the fact. Like either maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Tonight is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. I said I wasn't going to do like a bunch of touch-ins, and I'm not, but I am going to do this one. So I had my procedure this morning. It is like 11:50, almost midnight. I'm going to talk about everything probably in great detail when I do my sit down video in a couple of days, but yeah, so the procedure went really well. The doctor, or well, the surgeon, said that my gallbladder was full of stones and it had lesions and it was starting to become inflamed. So, like, literally, we got it out at like the most opportune moment. And apparently, the anesthesia worked so well that I did not want to wake up, so it took me a while to kind of come out of it. Rick is bringing the Xbox One up here so we can binge Harry Potter over the next few days. So yeah, so I wasn't able to keep down my chicken broth and my pain med earlier, so I'm going to try that again, and I threw it up. But otherwise, it's not so bad. Look at you.
I brought up Borderlands 3 for tonight, but obviously I can get you any game.
Okay. My amazing husband.
Who's that?
I'm recording. I'm going to do a video on my gallbladder surgery. But yeah, so anyway, but I thought of this comparison and I wanted to make a note of it before I forgot. If you've seen the movie The Matrix, there's a part where Neo gets a bug thing sucked out of his belly button. That's what I feel like. Yep. Okay, I'm going to try to drink this broth, take some drugs, and feel better. And I'll do a formal whatever for later. So day after surgery, got stuff all over my face. Oliver had a really rough night and he knows that like something is weird. So as soon as Rick went in to get him up, he started asking about me. Gallbladder surgery with a toddler is hard. Because they don't understand. And I'm his number one right now because I'm his primary caregiver. And it's showing. He's asking for applesauce. Josh, he's in here with Mama. Such a chatterbox these days. I'm just trying to wait for him to come through so you can see him come in. Yeah, so I'm finally eating soup, something with the actual like vegetables and stuff in it. And I just took a pain pill. I haven't taken one in over 12 hours. I'm trying to only take them when I need to, and now I'm icing my belly. Hoping that it's going to give me more relief. Yeah, so I don't know really where to start. I'm gonna try to keep it. I started having stomach problems November of 2019. After a couple visits to the doctor, I never said anything. I waited a couple months because I thought I was just having weird stomach changes and maybe, I don't know, maybe they'd go away. Short version, they didn't go away. So in January of this year, I went to the doctor and asked just kind of about what I was experiencing and what my doctor thought that it was. This time I had a different GP than I had previously. And I just started to kind of open up to her. I was like, look, I'm having these pains. They feel like they're all the way across my chest. It feels like gas pains, but it's really, really painful. It's impacting my sleep, and I don't know what to do. And I did tell her that, the following day, like if I had an episode, on a Monday night, then that Tuesday, I would have a really upset stomach and my stomach would just be completely weird. So she started to treat me for trapped gas and constipation, which if you know people who have had their gallbladder removed, that is really common. Doctors often treat gallbladder issues like they are other stomach issues, because some of the symptoms are really similar. But yeah, so she recommended taking Miralax on a daily basis for a few days and then go to every other day to see if I could kind of basically reset my body. The short version is that didn't work. So I think the entire month of February, I didn't have a single episode. I got a little bit into March and I started to have these like breakthrough episodes, but ironically, it only was happening when I wasn't taking the Miralax. So I thought, maybe my doctor's right. It's not that I was intentionally like, oh, the doctor doesn't know what she's talking about, but it did feel to me like it wasn't constipation. Like this felt worse than, I mean, like I've been that before. I've carried a baby. I know what that stuff feels like, but like this just felt different to me. So anyway, so a few more months pass and the episodes are now not breakthrough, but they're happening several times a week. The pain is extended through a longer period of time, and the pain is worse. And so I finally was like, I got to do something. Our friend Amanda that we've talked to previously on the channel is just had her gallbladder removed, but at the time that she found out she had gallbladder issues, she was very pregnant and she was too far along to be able to remove it. So basically, she started describing her symptoms and I thought, that sounds a lot like what I'm going through. And so I finally made an appointment with my doctor to do a video chat because of the whole COVID stuff. And I just told her, my symptoms are getting worse. I know somebody who's had a gallbladder removed. I've been doing my own research, without saying too much like, oh, Google knows best. And she said, okay. She said, the symptoms do in fact sound like gallbladder. I will send in orders to get you an ultrasound. So I got an ultrasound a week and a half later. And the ultrasound revealed that I had a couple of gallstones, and the sonographer, ultrasound tech, I'm not really sure what you want to call it, but anyway, she told me that she saw several stones and that the other thing she saw was that she was seeing sludge, which I guess is just like backup or build up inside my gallbladder. She said, but it's not inflamed yet, which is good because, I don't know if you guys are aware, but if your gallbladder is inflamed, you are typically very sick. So, all right, great. We now know I have an answer. Fine. Stop it. My cat's chewing on my blanket and it's messing up my camera thing. Anyway, so yeah, so then I was scheduled with a consultation with a surgeon. Oh, I'm sorry. No, my ultrasound was the following week, and then I had to wait a week and a half, almost 2 weeks to see the surgeon. That's what it was. So I went to the surgeon. Stop. And he basically, was like, yeah, let's take it out. Like his advice was to remove it. He said, you can live with gallbladder pain. You can try to be careful with what you eat and you can try to do all these things. He says, but eventually you will wake up in the middle of the night in pain so bad that you'll have to be rushed to the emergency room. And by that point, the issue could be so bad that it'll actually complicate the surgery and it's just worse on your body. I thought, okay, well, I want to take it out anyway. I don't know how to explain the pain other than it was in the top right quadrant of my abdomen, and it felt like sometimes it was just a dull ache, but when the episodes were really bad or at their peak, it was very sharp and painful to the point where it was hard to breathe. Like it staggered my breath because it just hurt too bad. I would do heat. I stopped eating red meat, fatty foods, dairy. Like I was eating really earlier in the day so that I wouldn't have the heavy stuff at night. Like I made a lot of changes and I was still having episodes. Matter of fact, my surgery was Monday. I had an episode Saturday night, of course, like that close to surgery. But anyway, so nothing was really working. So yeah, he recommended that I get it removed. And he was pretty nice about it. Told me about all the percentages of risk associated with anesthesia and blah, 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 which I had a procedure done after my son where I'd been put under for the first time. And so I'd already kind of been through all of that. Although I would learn later that this is a very different anesthesia. So yeah, surgery, the day of surgery, Rick had to take off because we have a toddler. Like I can't lift him. I can't play hard with him. I can't do anything right now. And that has been really difficult. Probably for both of us, all three of us rather. But yeah, so the day of surgery, Dawn took me in. You go in and you do your paperwork or whatever. They take you back. They weigh you. They do your vitals. They ask you 1,050,000 questions, and like, bet you didn't know 1,050,000 was a number. And basically, so the anesthesia, that guy came in and asked me if I'd had problems with anesthesia before. I said no, I did fine on it, blah blah blah. And he was everybody there was really awesome. And it was at the same hospital that me and Melinda both had our children. And yeah, so they get me prepped, and they give you this medicine, I forgot what it's called, to help you get calm before you go in and have the procedure done, because they put you to sleep all the way anyway. But that stuff works really fast. Like as soon as she flushed it like into my IV, I was like my vision blurred like almost instantly. It was crazy. And I actually, truth be told, I wasn't actually worried about the surgery. I wanted it. I wanted the gallbladder out. I was sick of having the pain and the constant discomfort and the fear and just worrying about it all the time and not being able to eat things that I like, because all of the things that you can't have is like my entire diet. So, but I was really worried about how Oliver was going to be seeing me kind of out of commission for a while, because it would take several days to get back to normal. So apparently they had a really difficult time, like, not in a scary way, but they had a hard time getting me to wake up. I was so groggy after the anesthesia that I was just like, okay. And then I just like would go back out. And I don't remember a lot of that, obviously. I remember a few pieces. Like I remember Dawn helping me get dressed. I remember the ride out in the wheelchair to the car, but I don't remember the ride home. I don't remember stopping to drop my pain prescription off. I don't really remember coming home. I don't remember getting into bed. I don't remember any of those types of things, but basically, yeah, so they gave me a prescription for a pain narcotic, and I slept most of Monday. Like after I got home, I was just so groggy and I couldn't like stay awake. And Oliver didn't respond very well to me being weird. He knew something was wrong right away. I saw my bracelet, my hospital bracelet, and the thing over my hand where my IV was, bandage or whatever, when he came home, because he was at my mother-in-law's house during the day on Monday, just so he wasn't here when I got home and didn't want to freak him out. So anyway, so he came in and he was really excited to see me, but as soon as he saw the bracelet, he started getting upset, like visually upset. Like he was like, ouch, ouch, mama, ouch. And he was like really bothered by the bracelet, which was so weird because he didn't react that way to the bandage. I guess because he's seen Band-Aids before and it was similar. I don't know. But I asked him, I was really groggy. I was laying down. I said, do you want Dada to take it off? And he said, yeah. He was really upset. So Rick came over and ripped it off. And then he was like, okay. And then he kind of relaxed. But he didn't want to go to bed for Rick without me. And he just is, he's so used to me being such a part of everything that I think it was really weird for him. So I kind of, against maybe what was the best thing to do, was I got out of bed and I went in his room and tried to be a part of bedtime. And I started feeling like really, really hot all of a sudden, and like not really faint, but just like hot all of a sudden. And like sweat was on my forehead, and my nausea had kicked back up into high gear, which I had nausea all the entire first day on Monday after I woke up. And then I had to come throw up. And I think it's because my body was like, bitch, you need to lay down. So I was really careful after that. But yesterday I still had a pretty hard time moving around. I slept a lot yesterday. I think some of it was grogginess from the anesthesia leaving my body, but I think a lot of it was still just taking the pain meds. Today I've just been taking ibuprofen. This is day 3. It's Wednesday. And that's helped with the overall like groggy feeling. I still feel pretty drained, but that's just from my body. There's a thing missing out of my body. Like it just takes time to get back from that. But I took a shower for the first time today since my surgery, and I needed very little help. Dawn did help me get out of the tub, and I dropped a couple of things, and she had to help me pick those up. But otherwise, I did pretty good, which is why my hair is so crazy looking. But yeah, so Ollie doesn't really understand that I can't pick him up. He doesn't really understand that I can't just. He likes to go up and make me get up to go do things, to show me things, to play with things, do all kinds of stuff. And he's kind of struggling with the concept that I can't really do that. But today was the first better day, is what I've been calling it, because I've been able to get up and down on my own with hardly any help. Last night I was able to switch positions and sides and not just sleep on my back. I think that, and then just overall my pain level has been really minimal. I have taken the ibuprofen, but I'm trying to keep the swelling down around my belly button, because I've done things like ice and stuff to just keep the swelling down. If you don't know, your gallbladder has 4 incisions. It's 3 on your side, or well, 2 on your side, 1 kind of in between your chest, and then 1 in your belly button. And I have to say that nothing hurt except my belly button and my abdomen muscles. Just where my belly button is. The other cuts have been fine. Even when I took a shower earlier and rinsed everything off really carefully, the only thing that was irritated or bothered was my belly button. Everything else was fine. And yeah, so I think that the hardest part has been not really being able to do things with Oliver, because that's what I do every day, is take care of him and play with him. And we're, and he's doing better seeing me move around. Like I noticed today, he did better. The last couple nights he's really fought going to bed, and I don't know if it's just a timing thing, if he's going through something, or if it's strictly just because things are weird and mommy's weird right now, or what. But he is like not wanting to go to bed, and our kid is so good about going to bed, so that's been kind of strange. But yeah, so my pain level today is really low. I don't have a lot to speak on for that. The nausea was really bad the first day, after I woke up from anesthesia, but I took Nalzine, and that helped. And then just being careful about like drinking things, like I've had broth, and I had some soup, and just some easy things on my stomach. I will say, because I was sort of warned from Melinda, but I wasn't warned from like my doctor, and I guess I just didn't think it was going to be that bad. I think the worst pain I've had was the first night, was the gas pain. So when they get ready to take your gallbladder out, they actually pump gas into your system to push up so that they have room, I guess, to get to it. That's how it was kind of explained to me. And the gas remains. So it becomes trapped into your system, similar to what happens to women who have C-sections, I think. Except I don't think it's forced. I think that's just from being open. But anyway, so I recommend having Gas-X and Nalzine, which is also something that I took when I had nausea when I was pregnant. I got the sticky stuff off my hand when I took my Band-Aid, or my bandage, excuse me, speaking of, off my hand and off my belly button, because I still had some liquid coming out of my belly button, so they put gauze over it. I don't remember what it's called, but Dawn brought me something. I can't remember what it's called. But essentially it's these little white pads that you use to get sticky stuff off, and those work amazing. It didn't pull my skin or anything. It just came off like that. It was fantastic. But yeah, so anyway. Otherwise, even Monday, the gas pain was the worst part. I don't feel like the pain from this has been that bad. Now, yes, mobility hurts. Rolling and moving and standing up hurts, especially because I am heavier in the front. My belly is pulling on those cuts, those incisions. So that has been a little uncomfortable. But even today, that's been better. I don't think, if you're going to have gallbladder surgery, I don't think I would spend a lot of time being worried about the pain, because it's really not that bad. And they give you the pain meds, but I mean, I'm already on day 2 at post-surgery, and I'm not taking them anymore because I don't need them. And like I said, I was able to shower. I'm getting up and moving. I'm still trying to be careful, but I'm getting a little restless, which is kind of hard. But, oh, and another tip, regardless of what type of surgery you're having, is I definitely recommend taking something to make it easier to avoid constipation. Anesthesia and pain meds lock up your body and slow everything down. So I started taking Miralax 3 days before my surgery. And all I can say is I'm very glad that I did, because I haven't had any issues with those types of things, thankfully. But I know people who have, and it was actually, Amanda actually gave me the advice to make sure that I was able to go before. But not only did I do that, but I also, I took Miralax consecutively for several days. So yeah, I think if you're having gallbladder issues, or if you're having pain in the top right corner of your abdomen, really push to get it checked. I know a lot of women that have told me that they really had to push to get their doctors to let them even get an ultrasound, because you have to go through these fucking steps before you can get the surgery done. And yeah, it's worth it. I was uncomfortable for a couple of days, but when I think about not having those gallbladder attacks anymore, it's just this huge sense of relief. It was really messing up my quality of life. I would be up from 1 in the morning until 7 in the morning, sometimes later, in pain. And not only does that mess up, obviously, my sleep, but when you're in pain for any extended period of time, it's exhausting. And then I have a toddler that I'm hanging out with all day, especially like I remember back before we were working from home, there were episodes where I had to call out from work because I was just so tired and so uncomfortable from the night before. So I think that if you're having those issues, get them checked. Don't wait. Don't put it off. When we get used to being moms, we don't take care of ourselves, and it's not right. It's just going to make things worse, and it's going to make things harder for your family later. So we were at a good place. Rick was able to take off and kind of take care of things. I don't know what I would do without Dawn, of course. And, it's just been a much easier thing than if I had waited. I did find out that my gallbladder not only had a lot more stones than the original ultrasound, it had adhesions and it was inflamed, which was things that weren't showing up originally. So over the course of 2 weeks, it's literally we caught it in the nick of time. So yeah, that's all I have. It's been kind of a long couple of days, but yeah, it's worth it. I feel amazing, other than my belly button hurts. But yeah, so if you have any questions about the procedure or whatever, post-op, or how it affected me and Oliver, things we did to make things easier for me, whatever, leave a comment below. If you like these insights into things that we experience and how they affect us being mothers, definitely leave a like and let us know as well. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so you get notified when we do more videos like this and other fun things, happy things. And, check us out on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Momestly me. And I will see you guys next time. Next time I'll be happier, because I should be super good by then. I don't think we're not going to film anything this week, because I'm just trying to get through this, and then by the time we get back, I should be good to go. So, see you guys later.